So for a while now, I've been working on this "Is Batman a Fascist?" Mini-series, and just spoilers, I'm gonna give the game away. What it's leading up to, what I've been building to, is talking about Frank Miller's writing on Batman, and I would argue that Frank Miller writes Batman like a fascist, and his Batman gets worse over time. Like, I recently read through Batman Year One, and that's a very, very good story. That is some of the best writing Frank's ever done. And you know what? Batman isn't a fascist. In fact, I'd say it's actually kind of anti-fascist. Well, not like super concrete anti-fascism, but it's a story about the police not being good enough. Which, okay, that's common in superhero stories. Why specifically are the police not good enough in Year One? Oh, it's because they're violent and don't care about people and just kill homeless people. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I think that justifies a Batman. I think that's a good story. And then just Frank Miller's work gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until we finally culminate with Holy Terror, which is just Batman, but he kills all the Muslims. And it's a horrible, horrible, racist dog water book that I despise. But I decided, and I don't know how much of a segment it'll be in the video, Frank Miller wrote 300 in between his Batman stories being good and his Batman stories being bad. Maybe that, changed his mind and is, an important middle piece in how this author changed over time. So I read 300 this week, and holy shit, 300 is the most fucking fascist shit I've ever read. It's so bad. We don't talk, it was such a big cultural moment when there was the Zack Snyder movie, on how cool and badass 300 is. And yeah, that's just so goddamn fascist. It's incredibly, incredibly fascist. Yeah, I can win this. You know, that was kind of entirely my own fault. Like, but I thought I could do it. I miscounted. Yada, yada, yada. Let's go bury my dugong and then find another surfer. But yeah, it was this big cultural moment in how badass and cool Leonidas and the Spartans are. And then, what do they do that makes them badass? Well, you see, the thing that makes the Spartans so badass is that they're really into eugenics. They kill disabled people as infants to keep them from polluting the bloodline. That is what makes the Spartans so strong and cool. That is what 300 is about. Wow, that's so badass and cool and not Nazi-ish at all. It's just, it's fucking exterminate the disabled because they're poisoning our bloodlines. It's fascist as shit. How is this so popular? How is, any review of it not this is super goddamn fascist? Man, if we don't kill off the genetically inferior, then we'll be overrun by the unwashed Asian hordes. Look how weirdly feminine and dark skinned they are. They're gay. These gay guys are going to take over if we don't round up and exterminate the disabled. It's so goddamn awful. It's fucking vile. I hate that book so fucking much. It's terrible. It's just fucking awful. Of course, Zack Snyder liked it because Zack Snyder is a hack and a fraud who's really uncomfortably fond of fascism. I think I think Alan Moore should be allowed to kill Zack Snyder. I think the Wachowskis did a good job adapting V. I don't hate every Moore adaptation, but I think Alan Moore should be able to take a baseball bat to Snyder as punishment for him having made an adaptation of Watchmen because that's the last guy you want doing that. But yeah, it's a horrible fascist piece of dog water. And kind of the narrative that's emerged about Frank Miller and Frank Miller's racism and him being a terrible fascist writer who writes books about how fascism is awesome is that, well, he was radicalized by 9/11. He was a normal, ordinary guy, and then he just lost his mind when he saw those towers fell. Hey, when did 300 come out? Oh, 1998? Oh, he wrote this before. Oh, so it's not it wouldn't be a good excuse even if he only became a fascist because of 9/11. But no, no, he was bad before. He was bad before. God, I hate fucking 300. How did he have a career after that? And technically this is a dupes clause. Technically this is a dupes clause, but it's shiny. So I'm going to catch it anyway, and just not use that dust gold that I got from the egg because it's shiny. It's a shiny fucking dusk noir. That's cool. Comment on my Black video from Kay Lawrence. The narrative Blackbeard is made to represent a false messiah, the leader of a cult. I don't know if he's a cult leader. I do think he's, just a fucking asshole. A guy who believes he's the chosen one probably believes his mother introduced on him after being convinced by the Davy clan's ideas. Yeah, I put a pin in that. And has successfully gathered a crew of people who brought his message and now believe he's special and destined for big things. Ironically, many real-life One Piece fans bought this message too. They truly believe he's not only destined by heritage to become the Pirate King, but king of the world. In the manga where Oda literally says he doesn't kill the villains because it's better if they just live to see their dreams destroyed, they truly believe Oda will make a villain like Blackbeard win and fulfill his evil dreams. They're in a cult. There's some that's an interesting comment, at least, which is why it got in this. But I don't know if Blackbeard's minions really buy his bullshit. I think they're just with him because he's strong. Like, what moves do you even have? Yeah, flame body. That's nice. Like, I'm pretty sure is it Shiryu or Von Augur that said no? I think it's Shiryu. Like at Marineford, like if this doesn't work, I'm gonna kill you. Like they're only with Blackbeard because they think he's going to be strong and it suits them. That's the whole thing with the Blackbeard pirates. They are purely motivated by self-interest, and I'm gonna bring Totodile to the team because I want a water type to replace my dead Aurora thing. And I don't think Blackbeard is bad because his mother taught him he was special or whatever. I think I'm gonna beat up this shopkeeper. How do I? Oh, was I wrong to fly back? Well, actually, if I'm flying around, I'm gonna go get the experience share, which will be useful for these Pokemon I'm training up. I think the most canon explanation of why Blackbeard is the way he is, what made him like that, is, he watched his family be brutally murdered by the world government. And I don't think he's like a sympathetic, like good all along, like, I'm going to take down the world government because they're evil and killed my mom. No, I think he's like, I was scared and weak as a child, and I'm never going to be weak again. I'm going to be on top, and I'll hurt anyone I have to. I don't think Blackbeard is altruistic, but I do think, as we see in the God Valley flashbacks, he was shaped by the things that happened to him, by this horrible, horrible thing that the government did to him as a child when they murdered his father. But yeah, Blackbeard's not going to be king of the pirates. He can't narratively. Like One Piece isn't a dark series. It occasionally has dark stuff, but it's a very idealistic series that has these very consistent themes. And like it would never end with this horrible evil guy who betrayed and backstabbed and murdered his own crew members and fucking won every fight by being this honorable and picking on the weak. That guy's not going to win because that's not what One Piece is about, Even if Blackbeard is strong, it's not enough to get past the fact that he's just a fucking asshole. And they're not going to have Blackbeard win after Could you imagine that? After 30 years, just Blackbeard, this asshole, wins. No, it's going to be Monkey D. Luffy, who may have I'm gonna spoil One Piece, the current arc. So Luffy got stabbed by Emu, and then he got stabbed by Emu again at the start of this week's issue. Yeah, this is bad for our Monkey D. Luffy. He keeps getting stabbed. I think he's gonna lose. I mean, he's not gonna die, but this is not going his way. It's I think Scopper Gabon's about to die. Like someone has to die in Elbaf. You can't just end it with have them fight the big bad ultimate bad guy and there be no consequences. Someone has to pay the price, be the sacrifice, the consequence of them not being strong enough to fight Emu, and it's gotta be Scopper Gabon. Like he just stepped in to defend Luffy from Emu. He's this old guy. He's way too strong of an ally to have them take into the final arc. Like, and it fits thematically where Elbaf is just this story of people being selflessly dedicated to their families, of them doing things to protect the people they love as the world government tries to hurt them. And you know, that would, a fitting ending to that would be this great, amazing pirate dying to save his son. Like, yes, Copper Gabon is fucked. He's gonna die. He's so screwed. Um, I mean, they didn't kill off Rayleigh, but that's because Rayleigh is retired and doesn't want to help out. Like, he's content being chill, and that means he gets to live with his hot wife, who she's 60? Okay, serious game could be a useful team member. Maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really. Well, I was gonna say, like, I have a very strong electric type, so that, man, it would have been better if I got a Slacking then. I mean, they're both great Pokemon, but I think Slack Off with a different ability is better than Metagross. Um, that, like, uh, Swampert's just a really hard Pokemon to deal with defensively, you know? And I shouldn't have stayed in once it used by, but I'd already hit it. So thought my only option. Admittedly, I forgot that I got rid of Ice Shard for what I get rid of. I got rid of Ice Shard so I could learn. I'm gonna go heal up. Got rid of Ice Shard so I could learn Icy Wind, which ended up being pointless because I was using Choice Scarf anyway. I don't know why I'm bringing this up. But yeah, that being outsped and hit by the bite, that screwed me over. And can we still buy things from you? It's a good thing I got that root fossil, because that could have been missing a bowl. And I know I should just turn these off, but they're easy experience, and I've got 2 team members to train up. When does Diglett evolve? It's like 25, I think. And I'm also getting close with Monferno. And oops, I left the comments on screen for a bit. That's bad. Oops, my bad. Whatever. Let's pull up my schedule. How's things going? I finished. There, you can pause if you want to read. I finished writing the Violet route for after the trolley problem, this visual novel I'm working on, and I think it turned out really well. I like Violet as a character and her suicide. That is the end of that route, and I'm going to implement that and gotta work on that this week. I'll have a slower week. I kind of had a busy week this week, and let's just turn it off. Wait, how do I turn it off? I thought you could tap on the side to turn them off. Am I wrong? And is this minefield still on? I'm gonna go heal up. I don't know. But yeah, 300 sucks. Glad people liked my Blackbeard video. I'm hard at work on the Hard Traveling Heroes videos that no one is gonna watch, but I really like them and think I have important things to say in them, so fuck it. That was stupid. I forgot that I'd already stepped on that teleporter and knew where it led. Yeah, they're really good. Oh, these essays I've written about hard traveling. Oh, you heal me anyway? That's fine. Oh, you're just gonna leave this grunt for me to beat up? Not gonna help me out at all, Lance? I guess you're a paper champion. Like you're not even the main champion in your own game. No one thinks of you as a serious boss. Like if we're power ranking on how cool the champions are, Lance, you are an Elite Four member, and you're only champion because Red is off being the true final boss. Like, in order of how cool the champions are as champions. Blue is down low because you beat him up a bunch of times before you fight him, so you beating him again isn't surprising. And then Lance is even lower than him because Lance is a paper champion. And then Steven is excellent. He's a top tier tough champion. He's better than Wallace because Wallace isn't the real final boss of his own game, you know? Steven is better than Wallace. Cynthia is better than Steven. Maybe one of the best champions ever, although I skipped Red. Red let's put Red at the top. Red is the best, but that Red Cynthia Stephen Wallace Blue Lance is what we're at, and then we get Older, who's a tough fight, but he's lost by the time you fight him, and then you get N, who is a great character, but like the thing about N is that he just uses wild Pokemon that he just caught, and that, to be fair, he has a legendary during his champion battle, which makes it cooler. But also, N gets upstaged by Getsis, so I don't know. Both of them are kind of middle. Diantha is low tier. The professor from Gen 7, he's a decent champion, I guess, but Hop isn't, because Hop's a loser. And then Leon is properly built up as a cool champion, although that game in general, God, I can never remember where they keep the password in this. Hello. Hello, die. Why not? Why not? Oh, and like, Gita, like the most recent champion, is pretty low too, because her. Why is. Oh, you're in here? I don't like Silver much as a rival. I think he's a good idea, but I think he's underdeveloped as a character, and his battles aren't that interesting. Like, well, he has the Crobat. Yeah, cool. That's half of the evil guys in the early gens. He's not special. Let's see. Is it you? Who has the password? I can never remember it. I'm skipping through. Ha, you know the password. Now I know the password to this children's game, which means I can open this door. Oh, not Giovanni. What a weird gag that you're like pretending to be Giovanni. What a weird thing. And it paralyzed me. The pain. Let's go you. And then just 2 surfs should KO. Don't have stab moves, but have raw power. A Baniri. Really? You're a loser, Petrol. Okay. And then your Murkrow, which can talk because it's a crow, and crows can talk in real life. Yep. Hail Giovanni, hail Giovanni, hail Giovanni, hail Giovanni. When are we going to get some Sandstorm Giovanni, you know? Or a Sun Giovanni. This is a terrible fucking gag. This is just falling so flat. Now let's go beat up some Electrode. But first, do I do it? Do I do the thing I always do where I beat up Lance's Pokemon? I'm not going to do it. Because I don't want to lose this battle, even though it would be so easy to just use Crunch and kill this Mew. I'm not going to do that, because then I would be stuck in a 2v1. Like, why would I attack my own ally like that? That's just stupid. Yeah. I don't actually think I'm going to win this. It's too bulky. Damn it. I'll kill you eventually, Lance. It is effective getting in a double battle with this very overpowered champion. Although, actually, with this game's weird leveling, like, you could have a level 40 Pokemon right now, because this game's got a weird level curve. Come on, I'm gonna switch out. Ooh, acupuncture. Ooh. Is acupuncture a scam? I feel like acupuncture is one of those scam things. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just good. I'm going through the motions. I'm working on things. Things are going good. Like the work I'm doing, both in my job and in the videos I make. And should I go for price this time? Nah, we're 19 minutes in. I'll leave Price alone and deal with him next time on Nuzlocke Vlogs.